Okay, let's get started. I hope all of you are ready. So, just to give you an update, we have 3 more sessions left. Okay, that's this Friday, the coming Monday, and the next Friday, right? So, out of which today and Monday, we will be seeing the last couple of things that is pending. And Friday, it will be assignment, or rather, whatever you have done, you have to showcase, and I'll be giving that marks which will be shared with the management. Okay. I'll not be stressing too much on whether you do it or not, right? That's left to you guys. But if you need support, do let me know. Okay. Um, so today, what we are going to cover is connecting with OpenAI. How do we connect OpenAI with Bubble, and how do we allow the AI features in our Bubble app? Okay. And for those of you who are going to do it today, I'm going to give you the keys which you can write out during the session, right? And for those of you who are not interested in doing it, that's completely fine. You will have to pay for OpenAI and get it done. I mean, if you want to practice it, right, you'll have to do it that way. Okay, so let's get started. I'll be sharing my screen. And let's go back to plugin section. We have this API section here. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this as OpenAI. Okay, and here is where we will be creating a new call for OpenAI. Okay, so like we did last time, let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, and let's ask how do we connect OpenAI to AI via API. Share the API details. Okay. This is giving us in Python. We don't need Python. Let's look at Java. Or we can also ask, we are using this in Babel. Okay, so it understands what needs to be given. No, this is JavaScript again. Yeah, API connector setup. This is the one, right? So we have to use this URL. Go back to and say chat completion. And this will be a post method. And put the URL that we get. Okay, let's go back. And we have to create 2 headers, like it mentions, like authorization, right? And that will be added as header here. Okay, and the value will be bearer your API key. Okay, which will be added over here. Then we have content type. Okay, which will be added as the second header, and this will be application/JSON. Okay. Now, your API key needs to come from OpenAI. Okay, so we will be getting there. But before that, we also have to give a JSON body, which is like this. Okay, so we go here, we have body type as JSON, and this is where we have to give the input. Now, closely observe that the model we have chosen is GPT-4 and the messages, right? So how this entire thing works is we have to first tell what is the system doing, right? When I say system is the AI system. Okay. So if you tell that you are a lawyer, okay, lawyer. and then we give our message here, then it will respond as though it is a lawyer, right? The context will be basis a lawyer responding to the questions that's coming in, right? If we make it as you are an IT professional, right, with let's say 20 plus years of experience and so on and so forth, right, the response will be accordingly changed. So the system is basically telling what is the AI's role in this particular thing. Okay, how should it act as? Because AI as a whole has so much knowledge, right? It understands about each and everything that's available in the world, right? Almost, if not everything. Uh, so when it answers to a particular question, it can answer as a what is a child, it can answer as a teen, it can answer as an adult, it can answer as an experienced person, it can answer as a what is a professional, it can answer as a lawyer, so many different things, right? So it doesn't understand what to answer as. Okay, and that's why when we're using, so when you go to chat GPT and ask the question, right, and when you have a prompt like this, the answers could be very different. Yeah, and that's why it's important for us to mention what is the system, right? So let's go with you are uh you're a professor college. Okay, now here is where the user will ask the question. Okay, we have added this particular thing so that it becomes dynamic. Okay, like we saw, we can add dynamic values here by adding square brackets. Yeah, so here we can add square brackets to add the dynamic values. Likewise, here we have to add this particular symbol and add the text between, right? That's what we have done here. So let's ask what is chemistry? Okay, just a very simple question, right? Before that, we have to give the API key here. Okay, this is how we set up the API flow for OpenAI. Okay, now to get the API key, we have to head over to OpenAI. Okay, now again, if you have ChatGPT Plus Pro, whatever it is, right? Uh, you will not be able to use this, right? This is where you have to go to OpenAI, okay, openai.com, and add credits. So if we go to I think we have to go to business. So I'm logged in as a, oh, why am I logged in as this? Oh, this is ChatGPT. Sorry, I should have used one time code. Okay. Okay. So I am within the portal platform.openai.com/talks overviews. Okay, so now if I go to um your profile, I've seen the yeah the thing, right? So if we go to billing, okay, this is where we have to add our credits. So I'd added like $10 or so long back, and still have 7.92. So you can add like $5 or so and use it if you're doing it later. And then we have to go to API keys. And these are the API keys that we have to generate. So we have to click over here to generate API keys, right? And we can mention, let's say, so yeah, yeah. We have to select the project, default project, click on create secret, right? Copy this, and this is our API key. So we go back to the Bubble API connector, put this key, right? And that's all. We can click on initialize call, and ideally we should get a response coming directly from OpenAI, right? So this is the response. Yeah. You can see that this is a complete JSON response. So we'll have to understand where is the result coming, like where is the answer to the question that we have asked. Okay, let's go to show raw data. And it says what is the ID of the chat that we initiated? What is the object, which is chat.completion? When was it created? What is the model that we have used? And so on and so forth. It also has usage like prompt token 25, completion tokens 107, total tokens 132, and so on and so forth. So it has given some details. But what we are looking for is this particular section over here, okay, which is called choices. Okay. Now, here it says role is assistant, and the content is chemistry is a specific discipline that involves the study of matter, its properties, how and why substances combine or separate to form other substances, and how substances interact with energy, right? And it has given some details of chemistry over here. Now, this as such is, let's assume some 50 words. Okay, we can also, what is it, refine it further, right? I can say you are a professor at engineering college helping students understand the topic in less than 20 words. Okay, just random. I'm refining this particular thing. Now, if I ask the question, you can see the answer is short, right? Chemistry is the scientific study of matter, its properties, how and why substances combine or separate, and their interactions. Okay. Now, if I change the thing to like you are a scientist, right? Then the answer will be very different, right? So based on the role that you give the AI to play, okay, it will give the answers very different. You are a 7-year-old kid, let's say. See, now it has started telling chemistry is a type of science that lets us understand the world around us, right? It's about studying all the stuff we can touch, smell, or see, like water, ice, fire, and even stuff in our bodies, right? So you can see how the answer is getting changed based on the role that we have asked AI to play. The question has remained the same all throughout. We have not changed the question, right? And that's why this one, okay, becomes very, very important for you to tell what is the role of the AI to play in this particular scenario that we are creating. Okay. And based on this particular role, the answer will keep changing. Yeah. I hope this is clear to everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. Okay. So this is how we link OpenAI to Bubble, right? So the next thing that we have to do is that we have to connect this to the front end. Okay, so that the users can actually ask question on the front end and the responses can be shown on the front end. And for that, I'm going to create a new page. We're going to call this as Open AI. Create. So I'll make this as a column. Let's create a group. Call this as main. Pairing of 20, 20, 20, and 20. Also add margin, margin, margin. Let's make the height as 100 minimum. And we can ask the question. So ask your question. And we can add an input. So should it be an input box or multi-line input box? What should we use? Okay. I forgot you people never respond. Yeah. Thank you, Minnie. Multi-line input box would be ideal because the question could be multi-line, right? Of your questions here. And then the response can come. Okay, so I'll add a group within this one now, and we will make this as answer. Oh, sorry. Okay, now this one could be of type open. Okay, so we've not made it as we make it as action. So we are looking for chat completion. So chat completion, right? And this is where we get the result. Okay. Now I will add a text input within this text box within this, and I'll make it as parent groups chat completion. Okay. Choices is where the result is. So if you go back to plugin, if you go back to this particular thing, manually enter API response, we will already have what is available via OpenAI, right? So choices is where the result is. Okay. And this square brackets tells us that it is a list of things. Okay. Square brackets in a JSON, this thing tells that it is a list of things. And flower brackets tells us that there are multiple variables within that. Okay. So what we are supposed to do here is we have to go to choices, and there is just one item within the answer. Okay. But it will always respond as list of things, right? And that's why what we have to do is we have to go to choices and then first item. Okay. We are within first item now, which is basically this portion. Okay. We are within this portion. And within this, we have what I say, we have index, we have message. Okay. Now within message, we have multiple other variables. One is role, which is assistant, content, which is the answer, and we have refusal, which is none. Okay. So choices, first items, messages, content. Okay. And that's precisely what we have to do here. We have done choices, first item, and then we have message content. Okay. And that's what we need. So I'll just go ahead and open this up, and I'll go to this parent group and add some 20 spacing between this thing. I'll make this as, let's say, bold, and I'll get this one over here. I'll just make it as answer. Okay, this is where the answer is. Now, for me to make this work, I'll have to add a button in between, and we can mention ask or get answer, whatever it is. Add workflow, and we want to call the chat completion, which is OpenAI chat completion, and it asks what is the question, right? And the question is coming from multi-line input, ask your questions value. So from this, we are getting the response, which we have to send to the group, just like we did during the last thing. So we go to group main, and this will be result of step one. I'll click on preview. U and B. Okay. So we can ask, how do we use trigonometry in real life? Trigonometry, yeah, in real life. I'll click on ask. Now, the strange thing is we made the role as a 7-year-old kid. So let's see what is the response that we're getting. Yeah. So the answer is trigonometry is used in many areas of real life. Here are some examples simplified in a way a 7-year-old can understand, right? Finding the height of a tree. Imagine you are looking at a really tall tree and want to know how tall it is. If we know the distance from us to the tree and the angle at which we are looking at the top of the tree, we can use trigonometry to find out the height of the tree. Yeah. So it has given us some examples of how a 7-year-old can understand what is trigonometry. Okay. We may have to refine this a little bit more to answer everything as though you are a 7-year-old. Yeah. But we can change this to cricket fan. A very detail about it. Yes, well, it may refresh. Who is the or why do you say so? Okay, so the answer is determining the top cricketer in the world is a challenging task as it often depends on personal preferences, the specific formats, Test, ODI, and or T20, and rules, batsman, bowler, all-rounder, etc. However, as of now, in terms of overall performance across all formats, Virat Kohli of India and Kane Williamson of New Zealand are often considered two of the best batsmen, while Pat Cummins of Australia and Jasprit Bumrah of India are considered amongst the top bowlers. Virat Kohli has consistently topped the ICC batting ranking across all three formats, thanks to his incredible consistency, match-winning abilities, and effective leadership. Has been much lauded over the years. So it has given its own details, right? But this is how you connect an AI to your app, which you have created on Bubble. Yeah, I hope this is clear, everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in chat. And of course, start implementing this in your app. I'll keep this screen open so that you can copy it. I'll just copy the link over here. I'll put this JSON also so that you can copy this one. If you're stuck with anything, please let me know. Also, if you want the OpenAI keys, do let me know. This is available only until we close this session. So Aniket, do you have OpenAI account? Do you have credits added there? No idea. Okay. So let me give the keys for now. So again, this key will be working only until, what to say, uh, end of this session. Right. As soon as the session ends, we will delete this key. You can use it until then. Yes, everybody can use the same key. Please be mindful of what you are asking and how you are using it. Okay, this is just for your practice. Yeah, Aniket. So let me share my screen again and tell you how to display it. So we go to the front end, which is design, add a group. Okay, we've added one more group here, which is called group answer. Okay, and group answer is made of type chat completion. Okay, now this is the same as this name that we have given here. Okay, not the OpenAI, this name. Okay, so if you have given some different name here, use the same data type here. Okay, and leave this data source empty. And once you click on ask, right, edit workflow. Okay, here is where we have to call the OpenAI action. And for that, you will have to make this particular API call as action. It will be data by default. So change this to action. Okay. And also this should be removed as private, right? So if it is removed, then you will get input field where you can ask the question. And this input field will be multi-line, ask your questions value. And step 2 will be display data in group answer. Okay, group answer is the group that we created for storing the answer, which is this one. So we have an action called display data, which is in elements, display data in group. So use this, select the group, and just mention result of step 1. Okay. Once this is done, go back to this thing. Within the group, we have added text. The text will be parent groups chat completions, choices, first items, message content. Yeah. I hope that is clear, Aniket. If anybody has completed, please type done in the chat box. So Aniket, you can share your screen and show me what you have given. I'll help you with it. Let me just enable the share. Yeah, you can share your screen. So you have made it as chat completion. Scroll down. Okay, so go to plugin and authorization should start with bearer. Authorization. Yeah. B capital. Yeah. EARER. Yeah. Space. No, no, no. So it should be, let me just share it again. Copy paste this particular thing that I'm sharing it in the chat right now in the bearer space. I mean, in that particular field. I've given it along with bearer. Copy paste this entire thing. Yeah. Scroll down. And what is chemistry? Okay, click on initialize call. Click on save. Yeah, now you should be able to see the chat completion in the group. Choices. First item, message content. Yeah, that's all. There you go. Add workflow. Yeah, click on plus. Search for chat completion. No, search for chat completion. Not there. Click on plus and search for chat completion. Yeah. Okay. That is your multi-line input box value. Yeah. No. Insert dynamic data. Yeah. Now multi-line input. Yes. Value. And the next step, click on plus. Elements action, display data. Yeah. That is your group. And data to display is result of step 1. That's all. Yes, you can preview, you can check if this is working fine. Ideally, it should. Great job, Aniket. Let's wait until others So Aniket, with the multi-line input box, you will not have that. If you put a single line input box, then you will have that functionality. With multi-line, you don't have it because when you click on enter, enter should go to the next line, right? But if you are making it as a single line input box, then you can do it. I hope that clarifies. Okay, Arjun, great. Thank you for confirming that. I'll wait for other Preran, thank you for confirming. Anybody else? Any other questions? So, Mini, can you please ask like what exactly did you not understand? Or maybe share your screen and show me what you've done so that I can help you with what needs to be done. Hari Kishan, thank you for confirming. Krish, the hero, share your screen. Let's see what you've done. Okay. Yeah, go above, scroll above. Authorization. Go at the end. No, click. No. The bearer token itself. The token authorization. Click on the value part. Yeah, and go at the end. Scroll like Yeah. Right side, right end. Did you? Okay. Yeah, that looks to be fine. Scroll down. Yeah, click on. Click on initialize call. This header name is not correct. Authorization bearer. Click on got it. Scroll above. Go to authorization. Is there any space at the end? At the beginning? Go to bearer. The best thing you can do is delete the headers both once and create it once more. Delete both of it and create it once. Okay. Thank you, Akshay. One minute, 1 minute. I don't think it's the headers that's the problem. Yeah, remove the space. Yeah. And scroll down. Oh, no, no, no. The JSON body. Go to JSON body. Is there any issues here? Let me check. Just give me a minute. Doesn't look like any issue. Oh, scroll above. Yeah, 1 minute. V1 chat completions. Scroll above. Go above. Scroll above. OpenAI. Strange. Delete the entire thing and do it again. I'm not sure why you are getting this issue. And the error message is very strange. I mean, yeah, you can collapse and create a new one. If you cancel it. So that you can copy paste. Or no, no, no. Delete it. Delete. That's better. Delete and do it because so you're not copying the same mistake again. If at all there is any mistake. Yeah, do it all over again. Yeah, click somewhere outside so that you get the variable. Yeah, now ask your question. And there you go. Okay, great. Yeah, you can stop sharing and do the rest of the things. Okay, Mini says done. That's good. Others. So how many people are actually done? One, two, three, four, five, six. Only six. You've got more than 45 minutes to get this done, guys. It's a very simple thing. We could not parse the JSON body of your request. Hint. Can you please share your screen, Mini? Yes, Aniket. Based on the role, the answer changes. So we have 7 dones so far. Yeah, 8 with Krish. Yeah, scroll down. Okay. Yeah, reinitialize the call. Okay. Term showing invalid request error, param equal to null, code equal to null. Okay, click on got it. Scroll above. Action JSON body parameter. I think there is a space before the bearer. Can you check that? Do not parse the JSON body of your request. Okay, click on got it. Copy paste the body once more. You said it was working fine. So did you change anything after that? Without changing, how will it get affected? You see, it is a system, right? Computers will never make a mistake. It's we humans who make mistakes. Okay, so if you want to change the role, you have to change it within double quotes, right? Nothing outside it. Okay, so whatever you have within double quotes, you can change. Don't put anything outside. Okay, so around 8 people, 9 people have done. What about the remaining people? Can we use other AI models such as you can use any model if they have APIs and if you understand how the APIs work, right? There is no hard code rule that we have to use OpenAI itself. You can use any AI model. Okay, just that they need to have APIs and you need to know how their API works. But Arjun, firstly, have you done the OpenAI thing? So Arjun, yes, we can save the history. Okay, but it's a bit tricky. Okay, so I think we have done one video on that particular thing, if I'm not wrong. Let me just quickly check if we have. To rank out to customer. So we'll not cover the entire thing of how to do it, but I'll give you a glimpse of how you can do it. Okay. So let's say, for example, I'll ask them answer in a short sentence. Okay. So this was the JSON body that we had, and this is the question that we asked, right? Now I'll click on reinitialize call. We'll get the response. Okay. So if we go back here, then the first batsman to score a century in international cricket was Charles Bannerman from Australia in 1877. This is the response that we got, and the response is from assistant, right? So what we can do is we can copy this entire thing, click on save, go back to your what I say JSON, right? Copy this one, add your question here. Not the ideal way, right? This is not how we do it, but I'm showing you how it works. So I'm copying this, going back here. I've added a comma at the end. We go back here, we add this, right? We can remove this refusal equals to null. Okay. So what we are saying in the JSON is system is this, user asked this question, okay, and the assistant, okay, sent this as the response. Now we copy the thing from here, right? Now here is the user's question. Okay, in the symbol. Okay, no space should be there. So we will add it this way. Okay, no apostrophe also. Okay, so you ask any question? Like until when did he play? Now it, oh, we could not pass JSON body of the request. What went wrong? Is the content that we've got from AI, which is, oh yeah, this comma. We don't need a comma. Reinitialize the call. Now it will give us answer based on the first answer that it had already given us, right? So Charles Bannerman played from 1877 to 1879 for the Australian cricket team, right? So the thing is, after the system, okay, whatever you have, this entire JSON, right? You can call this as JSON, and this JSON has to be given in the input. So you have to save the entire JSON into the database and then give it every time with the user's questions added at the end. Okay. It's a bit tricky, and that's why we are not covering it. We had made some video the last time. I don't recall where it is. If I find it, I'll share it. Okay. Is this clear, Arjun? Anyone else? Any other questions? Are you done? Okay, I hope most of you were able to complete, though only 10 or 12 people confirmed it. So Monday we are having the final session where we will be seeing how to go live with our app. Okay, so we will see some best practices. We will see some version management control. We will see how to make our app live. And next Friday will be your assessment. You have to share what you have done, and I'll be sharing the marks for those of you who share. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you soon, and happy weekend.